third with Miss Lucas.
Oh, there, dear.
Oh, poor thing. It is a shame she's not more handsome. There's a spinster in the making, and no mistake. The fourth with a Miss King of little standing, and the fifth again with Jane.
If he'd had any compassion for me, he would have sprained his ankle in the first set.
Oh, Mr. Bennett, the way you carry on, anyone would think our girls look forward to a grand inheritance. When you die, Mr. Bennett, which may in fact be very soon, our girls will be left without a roof over their head, nor a penny to their name.
Oh, Mamma, please, it's 10 in the morning.
A letter addressed...
What a superbly featured room, and what excellent boiled potatoes. Many years since I've had such an exemplary vegetable. To which of my fair cousins should I compliment the excellence of the cooking?
Mr. Collins, we are perfectly able to keep a cook.
Excellent. I'm very pleased the estate can afford such a living. I'm honoured to have as my patroness Lady Catherine de Bourgh. You've heard of her, I presume. My small rectory abuts her estate, Rosings Park, and she often condescends to drive by my humble dwelling in her little phaeton and ponies.
Does she have any family?
One daughter, the heiress of Rosings and very extensive property. I've often observed to Lady Catherine that her daughter seemed born to be a duchess, for she has all the superior graces of elevated rank. These are the kind of little delicate compliments which are always acceptable to the ladies, and which I conceive myself particularly bound to pay.
How happy for you, Mr. Collins, to possess the talent for flattering with such delicacy.
These pleasing attentions proceed from the impulse of the moment, or are they the result of previous study?
They arise chiefly from what is passing at the time, and though I do sometimes amuse myself with arranging such little elegant compliments, I always wish to give them as unstudied an air as possible.
Oh, believe me, no one would suspect your manners to be rehearsed.
After dinner, I thought I might read to you all for an hour or two.
Mary, please.
Thank you, Mr. Hill.
Mrs. Bennet, I was hoping, if it would not trouble you, that I might solicit a private audience with Miss Elizabeth in the course of the morning.
Oh, yes, certainly. Lizzie will be very happy indeed. Everyone out. Mr. Collins would like a private audience with your sister.
I trust your family is in good health, Miss Elizabeth.
They are, thank you. My eldest sister is currently in London. Perhaps you happen to see her there.
I haven't been fortunate enough, no.
You play the pianoforte, Miss Bennet?
A little, ma'am, and very poorly.
Oh. Do you draw?
No, not at all.
Your sisters, do they draw?
Not one.
It's very strange. I suppose you had no opportunity. Your mother should have taken you to town every spring for the benefit of the masters.
I'm sure my mother wouldn't have minded, but my father hates town.
Has your governess left you?
We never had a governess.
No governess? 5 daughters brought up at home without a governess. I never heard such a thing. Your mother must have been quite a slave to your education.
Not at all, Lady Catherine.
Your younger sisters, are they out in society?
Yes, ma'am, all.
All? Would all 5 out at once? Oh, that's very odd. And you only the second. The younger ones out before the elders are married. Your youngest sisters must be very young.
Yes, my youngest is not 16. But I think it would be very hard on younger sisters not to have their share of amusement because the elder is still unmarried. It would hardly encourage sisterly affection.
Upon my word, you give your opinion very decidedly for so young a person. Pray, what is your age?
With 3 younger sisters grown up, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own to it.
I hope you have half my good luck.
Lydia.
I want to hear every little detail, Lydia, dear.
Oh, Mama.
I've been enlisted in a regiment in the north of England, sir.
Glad to hear it.
Near Newcastle. We travel there next week.
Can I come and stay with you?
That is out of the question.
Well, Monday morning came and I was in such a fuss.
I don't want to hear.
There was my aunt preaching and talking away as if she was reading a sermon. She was horrid unpleasant.
Can't you understand why?
But I didn't hear a word because I was thinking of my dear Wickham. I longed to know whether he'd been married in his blue coat.
The north of England, I believe, boasts some spectacular scenery.
My uncle's all the way from the church on business, and I thought, who is to be our best man if he doesn't come back? Lucky he did come back, or I would have had to ask Mr. Darcy, but I don't think he'd like
Mr. Darcy? Oh, I forgot. But I shouldn't have said a word. Mr. Darcy was at your wedding.
He was the one that discovered us. He paid for the wedding, Wickham's commission, everything. But don't tell anyone, he told me not to tell.
Mr. Darcy?
Stop it, Lizzie. Mr. Darcy's not half as high-mighty as you sometimes.